All right, hello YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Cryptic Coil, and many of my viewers also view another channel, someone that I would go so far as to say become friends with. His name is Shady Side Library, and he and I are both big fans of like R.L. Stein and Christopher Pike, and we connected on Instagram not too long ago, and I had a book that I knew that he was interested in, and then he had a book that he knew I was interested in, and so we agreed to do a book swap. And I didn't mail his package out until today. Sorry about that, dude. It's just work was kind of crazy last week. But I received his package today, and it was the most ironic thing because I literally stepped out. Like, I made my last video, the Whisper of Death one, and then when I turned the camera off, went out to go check my mail, and the only thing that I had in my mailbox was his package that he sent me. And I'm literally holding his package, walking back to my apartment, and all of a sudden he messages me and says, "Oh, hey, I sent it last week. You should be getting it soon." And I'm like, I'm holding it in my hands right now. So this is actually super exciting. And I'm cutting it open off camera because I don't like to give my real name on the internet. Like, I've always been kind of paranoid about that because I grew up in the 90s when chat rooms were a big deal. And I remember just certain things in the news. And then, today with cancel culture, I mean, I just think it's best that I not use my real name on the internet. But oh, wow. Oh, wow. Look at what we got here. Okay, cool. So he hooked me up with some Buffy the Vampire Slayer books. Oh, and that's another thing. Shady Side Library. On the front of your package where you wrote my name and address, and then your name and address. I liked the stickers that you had put there. I actually cut that off, and saved it. So thank you so much for this. The I had mentioned that I had a book that or that he had a book that he knew I was interested in. It was this book, Freeze Tag. This is one of the point thrillers from Caroline B. Cooney that I'm missing. And so he sent me this, and I really appreciate it, man. I absolutely love it. Thank you so much. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I hope that you think the stuff that I'm sending you is cool too. So look at that cover. See how like her sweater is red, but then the rest of her is blue. Let's read the front and the back. Okay, so the tagline on the front reads, "Tag, you're dead." Let's go ahead and read the summary on back. Cold hands, evil hearts. When Megan and West first played freeze tag with Lanny, it was no ordinary game because when Lanny tagged someone, they really froze, icy blue and cold, like death. That day, using her evil power, Lanny extracted a horrible promise from West, the handsomest boy on the block. "You must always like me best," she demanded. Now they are in high school, and that frightening game has long since been forgotten. West and Megan are in love, the perfect couple, until Lanny reminds West of his promise. He can't refuse because he knows what will happen. Lanny will freeze Megan to death. That sounds super interesting. I can't wait to do a book report on it. Okay. Um, I'm a huge, huge, huge Buffy fan, so thank you so much for this. I actually got rid of my entire comic book collection. Like, I kept one crate, and among the ones that I kept were some of my Buffy, Angel, and Spike comics. And I mean, I just love the TV show. I love Angel. So he sent me a good grip of these Buffy books. And there's actually more. Whoa. I'll save these for last. Okay. He also sent me some Goosebumps books, and oh my gosh, dude, he sent me a bunch. Like, so he told me that he had like spare copies of certain Goosebumps books and asked if I needed anything, and I sent him the list of what I'm missing, and he pretty much sent me all of them. Dude, that that that's like so generous. Like, thank you so much, man. Okay, the one that I'm like the most excited for is Ghost Beach. This woman that I work with, she wore a Goosebumps Ghost Beach shirt the other day. I read this one in third grade, and I still remember it. I started it on a Friday night, and I'd finished it by Sunday evening, and I don't really remember it that well, but I remember the experience of reading it. And I mean, that is a great cover. Look at that cover. Kind of looks like the Death Eaters from Harry Potter. Okay, so the tagline on the front reads, "No swimming, no surfing, no haunting." All right, let's read the summary on back. Do you believe in ghosts? Jerry can't wait to explore the dark, spooky old cave he found down by the beach. Okay, sounds familiar. Then the other kids tell him a story about a ghost who lives deep inside the cave. A ghost who is 300 years old. A ghost who comes out when the moon is full. A ghost who is haunting the beach. Just another stupid ghost story. Right? Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. And then this one, Goosebumps, Don't Go to Sleep. So I never had this one, so I never read this one. But that's a, you know, like that is a great cover, you know, especially for a children's horror novel, because remember like when you were a kid and maybe even as an adult, you know, you're lying in bed and you're scared, you know, for some reason, and your imagination starts running wild, and you know this hand is coming out from under the bed. Like I've had nightmares like that, you know, as a kid. I remember one time I had a dream that there was like this dead kid under my bed, and like whenever I was playing in my room, like the dead kid would like harass me, and then one time the dead kid decided to like go after me and my brother, and I stood in front of my brother, and I was gonna use myself as a shield for him. I was like gonna self-sacrifice, and I woke up and I was in tears, like I had, because the dream scared me, and then my teddy bear was on the floor, and you know I had this dream about a dead kid living under my bed, and there's my teddy bear on the floor, so I was really scared to like reach down and pick it up, and that's what this cover reminds me of. So let's read the tagline on the front. Rise and shine forever. Let's read the summary on back. It's a no snooze situation. Matt hates his tiny bedroom. It's so small it's practically a closet. Still, Matt's mom refuses to let him sleep in the guest room. After all, they might have guests someday, or a year. Then Matt does it. Late one night, when everyone's in bed, he sneaks into the guest room and falls asleep. Poor Matt. He should have listened to his mom, because when Matt wakes up, his whole life has changed for the worse, and every time he falls asleep, he wakes up in a new nightmare. Um, I think I might have been mistaken. Okay, I think that this is the one that I'm the most excited about, and this is like a vintage copy too. Oh my gosh, dude, you rule. Hey, Shady Side, did you know that it says Dirk on the inside cover? And it's funny because you're a Mavericks fan, so Dirk Nowitzki. I read this one in third grade, and it was incredibly disturbing. I was really disturbed by the end. it bothered me. I guess because I had a younger sibling, so yeah, it bothered me when I read it in third grade. Um, but and this was also a really good episode of Goosebumps too when it was a TV show. So look at that clock, the cuckoo clock of doom. So the tagline on the front reads, "Keep your eye on the birdie." And on the back it reads, "Don't beat the clock." Tara the Terrible, that's what Michael Webster calls his bratty little sister. She loves getting Michael in trouble, making his life miserable. Things couldn't get any worse. Then Mr. Webster brings home the antique cuckoo clock. It's old, it's expensive, and Mr. Webster won't let anyone touch it. Poor Michael, he should have listened to his dad, because someone put a spell on the clock, a strange spell, a dangerous spell, and now Michael's life will never be the same again. Ain't that the truth? All right. And I'm also super excited about this one because I knew about it when I was a kid. Like I remember seeing it like in the stores, but I never bought it. But I always loved the cover, and I think that my cousin even had this cover on a T-shirt. If I remember, no, he had the Haunted Mask. Never mind, it wasn't this one. But I've always loved this cover, and I never had this one, never read this one. So this one is Attack of the Jack-o'-lanterns, and the tagline on the front reads, "Put one head in front of the other." And this one doesn't say anything. I thought it would be funny if it also said Dirk. Anyway, let's read the summary on back. Pumpkin power. Nothing beats Halloween. It's Drew Brockman's favorite holiday, and this year will be awesome. Much better than last year, or the year Lee and Tabby played that joke. A nasty, practical joke on Drew and her best friend, Walker. Drew is a girl? Never met a girl named Drew. Anyway, yes, this year Drew and Walker have a plan for revenge. It involves two scary pumpkin heads, but something's gone wrong, way wrong, because the pumpkin heads are a little too scary, a little too real, with strange hissing voices and flames shooting out of their faces. So this sounds really good. I can't wait to read this one. And then also Return of the Mummy. Now I have the first Mummy book, The Mummy, or the Curse of the Mummy or something, and I'm I never read it. I've never really been into mummies, but they're not bad. I mean, I don't hate them, so I should give both of these a read. Thanks, dude. You rule. You rule. All right, so let's read the tagline on the front. He's back from the dead. Okay, the summary on back. Dead or alive. After last year's scary adventure, Gabe's a little nervous about being back in Egypt, back near the ancient pyramids, back where he saw all those creepy mummies. Then he learns about an Egyptian superstition, a secret chant that is supposed to bring mummies to life. Gabe's uncle says it's just a hoax, but now it sounds like something's moving in the mummy's tomb. No way a couple of dumb words can wake the dead, can they? And then, as far as the Goosebumps go, lastly, there's A Night of the Living Dummy Part 3. Now, I've read the first two. I never read this. I never read the third one. And I wonder if, like, Dennis appears in this one. Because remember, Dennis appeared in part 2. I wonder if, like, Dennis ever comes back. So that's the cover. Slappy there with a bunch of creepy friends. And the tagline on the front reads, "Every dummy has his day and his night." Summary on back. When dummies speak, everybody listens. Trina Odell's dad used to have a ventriloquist act. That's why he has all those mummies in the attic, or all those dummies in the attic. He calls it his dummy museum. There's a dummy with freckles and one with a sneer, just like Rocky. Trina and her brother Dan think the dummies are pretty cool. But now there are voices in the attic, and dummies keep showing up in the strangest places. No way those dummies could be alive, right? Yeah, hey man, like, oh my gosh, dude, I feel like a kid on Christmas morning. Thank you so much. Um, and he also hooked me up with so gave me this card, uh, and on back there's a Fear Street sticker. That's really cool. Where are them scissors? Okay. Hello. Dude, I mean, you like hooked me up, man. Guys, look at that. That is so cool. That is so nice. Um, this photo, I don't know who they are. Uh, oh, see this one right here holding the knife. So it's interesting. Fear Street Part One. Dina and Heather. Oh, those are the characters from the Fear Street movie. Man, I'm an idiot. Okay, I haven't seen the movies since they came out. But thank you for these, dude. I'm gonna put them on my fridge, and then I'm gonna read this card. Cryptic Coil. Hey man, I just wanted to say thanks for trading books with me. I also wanted to say thanks for all of your support on YouTube and Instagram. It's nice having someone to talk books with. I included a few stickers for you. Hope you enjoy. Cheers, Shady Side Library. Hey man, the feeling's mutual. I think you're a really cool guy, as young as you are. I'm surprised that you would be into this stuff, because this was like stuff that was popular when I was a kid, dude. I'm 37. Uh, but I think it's super cool that you are, like, into it. Um, and I don't know if you guys want to stick around for this, but I want to check out these Buffy books. I know that Slime and Slashers and Cameron Chaney are doing this like old school April thing. And I think that reading a Buffy book is actually part of it. And so if I decide to, get involved in that, I could read one of these. And so I'm gonna check these out real quick. If you want to check them out with me, stay tuned. If not, horns up and peace out. Thank you for watching. So thank you for these Shady Side Library. These are really cool because I just love Buffy. It has Cordelia on the cover. Okay, so book one is called The Harvest, a novelization by Richie Tinkerly Cusick based on the episodes. Wow, so Richie Tinkerly Cusick wrote this one. That's super cool. Um, so no tagline. Oh no, school's out, evil's in. All right. So summary on back. New school, same assignment. Something's wrong in Sunnydale, California. Something more than the usual bad hair day. As long as there have been vampires, there has been the Slayer. One girl in all the world to find them where they gather and to stop the spread of their evil and the swell of their numbers. In this generation, she is Buffy Summers, 16 years old and a new student at Sunnydale High. Her experiences at her last school persuaded Buffy to try to resume the life of a normal teenager, but it is no coincidence that Buffy has come to this town at this time. The area is a center of mystical energy, and all the signs point to an imminent, crucial upheaval. Once in a century comes the harvest, a night when the master vampire can draw enough power to break free and open the portal between his world and ours, unleashing havoc. With the help of new friends and a new watcher, Buffy's back in business. Okay, so it sounds to me like this is basically the first episode in the first season. Um, I don't know, but it does sound interesting. Okay, The Harvest. Then he also sent me book two, Halloween Rain. Okay, so check out that cover. You got Giles and Buffy with one of Giles's books. So the tagline on the front reads, "He walks, he talks, he kills." Christopher Golden and Nancy Holder. I know those names. It'll come to me. So let's read the summary on back. Chaos reigns. Around Sunnydale, they say a scarecrow saturated with Halloween rain will come alive and slaughter anyone in sight. Lovely place, Sunnydale. Buffy's best friends, Xander and Willow, used to think the tale was nonsense, but after a few adventures with Buffy, they're not so sure. Even without a maniacal scarecrow, a Sunnydale Halloween is a truly horrific happening. There are enough zombies and vampires about, ready to party hardy and eat some brains to keep the Slayer and her friends up all night. And then the rain starts to fall. Okay, that sounds pretty dope. Then he sent me book 4 in this series, and it's called The Night of the Living Rerun. And there's a really cool photo on the front of Buffy with her like crossbow. And the tagline reads, "The stage is set for a killer performance." And Arthur Byron Cover. I don't know that person, but I guess that's the author. A history lesson, as long. Okay, so that it's gonna say that whole thing on the back of all these. Summary on back. As if real life wasn't already overflowing with vampire staking, now Buffy has begun to dream about slaying night after night. It's the same thing. She's back with the Puritans, a slayer on the trail of a witch. What can it mean? Buffy gets a clue when Xander and Giles start acting like they have ancient alter egos. Now the stage is set for a symbolic replay of the night the Master was accidentally trapped in the other dimension. Only this time, the Master wants a happy ending for himself. Buffy and her friends must prevent the Master from rewriting the script and escaping his supernatural prison before Sunnydale becomes history. That one sounds pretty dope. Okay. And then I'm this one here. I'm guessing is part of that series, or part of the same series. So there's a nice looking photo of Buffy and Giles, and then the tagline on the front reads, "The Slayer is being stalked." Slayer. All right. So this one is called Visitors, and it's written by Laura Ann Gilman and Josefa Sherman. So on the back it says Dance of Death. The paranormal forces centered in Sunnydale attract the vilest kinds of evil, vamps, demons, and student teachers. An invasion of collegians testing their teaching prowess on Buffy and her peers coincides with the arrival of a supernatural stalker. The Slayer feels the evil entity watching her every move, and she's not the only one. But researching the beast is going to be problematic with the student teacher setting up shop in Giles's home turf, the school library. When the stalker starts to take his malicious game to the next level, Buffy finds herself face to face with a being unlike she's ever encountered. but can she figure out its weakness before she is forced to participate in its dance of death? Okay, that sounds pretty dope. Um, then here's one. So it's called Sweet 16, and um, there's a nice picture of Buffy and her sister Dawn. I was having the hardest time remembering her sister's name. It's Dawn, and she was played by Michelle Trachtenberg. So the tagline on the front reads, Buffy's not the only one chosen for a magical purpose. And this is an original novel based on the hit TV series created by Joss Whedon. So, 16 Candles, Buffy's younger sister, Dawn, knows how it feels to be different. So when she overhears her classmates teasing a new girl, Ariana, she steps in and the two become friends. But when Buffy comes home one afternoon to find her sister and Ariana hanging out, she's surprised. She encountered Ariana one night on patrol. A demon had been attacking her, but Ariana fought back on her own. What's that about? The more the gang gets to know Ariana, the more puzzled they are. She has super strength and accelerated healing power, just like a Slayer. But what she also has is a dark secret and an unusual past, and a dangerous legacy that is primed to reveal itself just as soon as she turns Sweet 16. So if I do read one of those for the old school April readathon, I'm telling you right now it's going to be this one because that one sounded super cool. And I have two more. So, ooh, I love the cover of this. I love the cover here, and it's embossed, and it's called Child of the Hunt, and it's a cool photo. You got Buffy right here, and then you got her and her friends running through the graveyard. And this one was also written by Christopher Golden and Nancy Holder, and the tagline on the front reads, Only his soul was human. Summary on back, evil things come in small packages. Jousting contests, human chess matches, lords and ladies and beggars, a traveling Renaissance fair has come to Sunnydale. The fair may seem terminally uncool, but Buffy and her friends are charmed anyway, especially by a sad-eyed boy named Roland who serves as the court jester. Unfortunately, the people from the fair are not the only visitors in Sunnydale. Roaming the countryside are nasty little creatures with a taste for flesh, the Dark Fairy. They are minions of the Wild Hunt, servants of the evil Earl King. Buffy's challenge is to annihilate the king and his murderous horde, but the path to his destruction leads straight to Roland, who was not quite human and destined to become the Slayer's mortal adversary. Interesting. And then last, so this is an original novel, and it's called Immortal, also written by Christopher Golden and Nancy Holder. And that's what the cover looks like. And like, I don't know what that is, like a demon, a snake, a dragon. The tagline on the front reads, Strike her down and she will rise again. The summary on the back reads, Instant replay. During a routine slaying, Buffy encounters a vampire named Veronique, who knows the Slayer's name and can anticipate her attack. One who doesn't have the proper respect for Mr. Pointy. One who cannot die. If slain, she will reincarnate in a new body. An invincible demon is the last thing Buffy needs right now. Joyce Summers is about to undergo a serious operation, calling up all of her daughter's fears about her own mortality. Angel wants to comfort Buffy, but her mother's crisis underscores the difference between them. He will live forever. She will grow old or die young. Torn between her duties as a daughter and as the chosen one, Buffy needs the support of her friends to help her solve a rash of grave robberies, head off an influx of new vampires and take Veronique down once and for all. For Veronique is on a mission to bring out the unification of her masters, the Triumvirati, into one all-powerful demon that will drink the blood of the last man on earth. Okay, that sounds pretty good. I mean, I kind of like the fact that there's some kind of tension between Buffy and Angel because that's going to make it interesting. And by the way, I get really annoyed with women who prefer Spike over Angel. Okay, it's like so cliche. It's like predictable. It's like they don't like Angel because he's nice and Spike is the more dangerous and exciting bad boy. I mean, it's I mean, you can like what you like, but I like Angel. I have an action figure of him up there on top of my bookshelf. I'm Team Angel, okay, and I'm emotionally invested. Go Angel. All right. Hey, Shady Side Library, thank you so much for this, man. Thank you for the thoughtful card. Thank you so much, man. This is really touching, and I, I hope you like the package that I sent you as much as I like the package that you sent me, man. I really appreciate this. This was like, what? I mean, this was a really cool day, dude. Like, it was just nice. Like, I don't know what to say, man. I just thank you, and I love these. I will never get rid of these. I will keep them till the I'll keep them forever. I'm really excited about this because I've never found it out in the wild. I've been on the hunt for it for a long time, and I'm really excited for these two because I do have some. I I do have some Goosebumps reprints, but I've been looking for like original copies of these for a long time. Like I hit up thrift stores every week, and I'm just really excited to have this one in my collection again, and this one too. So, and I've never owned this one before, but I've always wanted it. So it just made my day, dude. Thank you so much. You rule. Horns up. Peace out.